Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something maybe a little unexpected. There's all this buzz, this constant talk about artificial intelligence.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
Right. But here's a question we want to pose. You're chasing AI, maybe learning all about it.
Yeah.
But do you really know your own intelligence?
That's a powerful question, isn't it? Because the whole world seems fixated on AI, its power, its potential, its risks even.
Exactly.
But the intelligence that's, running the show inside us, that often gets overlooked. We're so busy trying to understand these external systems.
That we forget about our own internal operating system, you could say. So yeah, let's shift gears for this deep dive. Forget the silicon chips for a minute. Have you really, truly explored what we're calling my intelligence? This isn't about tech skecks. It's about digging into something most people, honestly, never really examine deeply enough.
The intelligence within.
Precisely. Our goal here is to give you a kind of shortcut. Not to understanding machines better, but to understanding you better. And we think understanding my intelligence, or MI, and then our intelligence, OI, could actually be key.
Key to what, though?
Well, key to personal fulfillment, sure, but maybe even key to changing things on a bigger scale.
It's a big claim, but yeah, we'll be looking at insights from psychology, a bit of philosophy, just observations about how we live, really, and maybe challenge why we're so obsessed with AI.
While potentially missing something more fundamental for, thriving as individuals and maybe as a society. So, yeah, expect maybe a few surprises along the way.
Definitely. Let's start with the AI obsession itself. It's not like it's not important, Doc.
Oh, for sure. It's undeniable. It's in your phone,
right,
suggesting what text comes next. It's navigating your car.
Recommending your next binge watch.
It's talked about constantly. Group chats, boardrooms, news headlines, classrooms, even like your grandma might be mentioning it on Facebook.
Right. It's become part of the fabric of life. And it is amazing technology. It's a game changer, no doubt about it. Kind of like smartphones were. Suddenly you could do almost anything from your pocket.
Felt like magic then. Feels a bit like magic now sometimes.
It does. The pattern recognition, the data crunching, the predictions. It's transforming industries, making things efficient in ways we couldn't imagine before.
Complex documents drafted in seconds, supply chains optimized. It's impressive stuff.
Hugely impressive. But here's the crux, the pivot we talked about. Amidst all this external brilliance,
You've kind of stopped talking about ourselves, or at least not in the same deep way.
Exactly. We're drowning in information about artificial intelligence, But when it comes to my intelligence, and maybe even more importantly, our intelligence, we're often, starving.
So let's define these terms properly. AI, artificial intelligence, okay, we all basically get that. Computers doing smart things.
Right, but MI and OI, what are we actually talking about here?
Yeah.
Let's break it down. MI, we're saying, my intelligence is your ability to genuinely understand yourself.
Not just thinking about yourself sometimes, but really understanding.
Exactly. It's deeper than just basic self-awareness. It's an active thing. Mapping your internal world, what you value, what biases you have, what sets you off emotionally, what truly drives you. That's MI.
Okay, that makes sense. Mapping the inner world. And OI.
OI is our intelligence. Think of it as the shared wisdom, the synergy, the kind of collective insight that happens when people who have cultivated their MI,
People who know themselves.
when they truly connect and work together or just understand each other on a deeper level. It's like a shared consciousness almost, more than just adding up individual smarts.
Got it. MI is the inner knowing. OI is the collective wisdom that comes from that.
Precisely. So with that in mind, think about this, and this is for you listening too. When was the last time you really genuinely paused and asked yourself? Questions like,
Okay, like what?
Like, what am I actually naturally good at? The stuff that feels easy, energizing, or maybe what fears or, limiting beliefs might be subtly holding me back without me realizing.
Or even bigger ones like, what do I really fundamentally want out of my life? What's my purpose?
Those kinds of questions. The deep ones.
And it's weird, isn't it, how rarely we sit with those. We just don't.
We don't. And there's research suggesting why. Our brains are just constantly bombarded, right? Notifications, news alerts, social media feeds showing these perfectly curated lives.
All external stuff.
All external. It eats up our mental bandwidth, so we get really good at navigating that world, the outside world.
But the skill of looking inwards,
Yeah.
understanding ourselves, sort of withers. fades away if we don't use it.
It's a strange paradox. We'll spend, like you said, hours researching a new gadget, comparing features, reading reviews.
Oh, yeah, deep dives into specs.
Exactly. But ask about our core values or what truly brings us joy and frees hesitation. It's like we have these incredibly detailed user manuals for everything except ourselves.
Yeah, it's like having a GPS for everywhere but your own life path.
That's a great analogy. And when you don't have that internal GPS, what happens? You feel lost, adrift.
Yeah, that feeling of being lost is real. You might be working incredibly hard, putting in the hours, but there's this nagging question. For what?
Right. It's like running flat out on a treadmill. Lots of movement, lots of energy spent.
But zero actual progress towards anywhere meaningful. You're just spinning your wheels.
And this isn't just a personal problem, feeling lost. The impact is bigger. If you're not really tuned in to what drives you, your talents, your passions.
End up reacting, right, not choosing.
Precisely. You're making decisions based on external pressures or just inertia rather than your own internal compass. You're following the current, not steering your own ship.
You're not really leading your life. You're kind of being led by it.
Yeah. And scale that up. Imagine a whole society where lots of people are operating like that.
Just chasing trends, copying what everyone else is doing, not asking the deeper why questions.
Society itself starts to drift. It loses its anchor. It becomes more susceptible to, fads, echo chambers, anxieties. It can even forget its core human values sometimes.
And you see the results, don't you, in the bigger picture?
Absolutely. Look at the trends. Burnout rates are through the roof. Mental health challenges seem to be escalating everywhere. Genuine human connection feels strained, sometimes fragile.
It's like we become experts at knowing about the world.
And total amateurs at knowing ourselves. That's the bottom line.
Okay, so if that's the problem, this disconnect, this lack of MI, what's the potential upside? You mentioned a revolution earlier. Not AI, but MI.
Right. This is where it gets really exciting, I think. Just imagine for a second a world where, say, most people had a strong sense of MI.
Like genuinely knew themselves.
Yeah, deeply. Imagine people knowing their unique strengths and actually using them every day. Imagine understanding your weaknesses, not with shame, but just clarity, like, okay, this is an area for growth.
And having a really clear idea of your values, your purpose, where you're actually heading.
Exactly. What happens then? Well, that's the foundation, the bedrock for OI, our intelligence.
Ah, okay. So the individual self-knowledge fuels the collective kind.
That's what the research suggests. When people are secure and clear within themselves, they're less likely to constantly compete or compare in unhealthy ways.
They connect instead.
They connect, they cooperate, they co-create. The whole dynamic shifts. It stops being me versus you all the time.
And becomes more like us versus the problem, whatever that problem might be.
Exactly. Think about the synergy. When people who've done that inner work come together, you get this incredible potential for empathy, for compassion, and something really powerful, shared vision.
A vision that's not just about individual gain.
Right. It's grounded, it's integrated, it's collective human wisdom in action. That's where real breakthroughs on big, complex challenges could come from. Not just tech fixes, but human-centered solutions.
Okay, that sounds amazing, like genuinely transformative.
Eh.
Which leads to the obvious question.
Why aren't we all doing this all the time?
Yeah. If it's so beneficial, why isn't MI, like, the main subject in school? Why isn't everyone working on this?
Well, because, let's be honest, it's hard.
Okay.
It's messy sometimes. It can be really uncomfortable. Looking inward means facing parts of yourself you might rather ignore. Your fears, your insecurities, your past mistakes.
It's easier to just distract ourselves.
So much easier. Scroll through your phone, swipe on an app, stream another show. Constant distraction. And AI, ironically, can feel safe.
Safe? How so?
Because it's external. It's logical, objective, data-driven. It doesn't ask you to do the heavy lifting emotionally. It doesn't require you to be vulnerable with yourself.
I see. It's less confronting.
Much less confronting. But here's the thing. The truth that echoes through, well, pretty much all wisdom traditions.
Look at that.
Real lasting fulfillment. It doesn't come from outside stuff. Not from achievements, not from possessions, not even from amazing technology. It comes from within.
So the core message is, you don't need a faster computer, necessarily.
You need a clearer mind.
You don't need smarter AI.
You need deeper MI, my intelligence.
Okay. But how? If it's hard and messy, how do people actually start building their MI? Is it just for, like, monks on mountaintops?
Not at all. And that's the good news. It's not some mystical secret. It's a skill. Or maybe a set of skills. And like any skill, you can practice it, you can develop it, and you can start like today.
Okay, actionable steps. What can people listening actually do?
All right, first step. Ask yourself some real questions. And I mean penetrating questions, not just surface level stuff. Questions designed to kind of shake up your usual thinking.
Give me some examples.
Okay, how about, what activity absorbs me so completely that I forget everything else? Like I forget to eat, lose track of time.
Well, that's a good one. Flow state stuff.
Exactly. Or what would I still do just for the pure love of it, even if nobody paid me a cent?
The passion question.
Right. And maybe a more challenging one. What kind of people or what specific situations consistently leave me feeling drained, depleted, or just less myself?
Ooh, the energy vampires question. That can be revealing.
Very revealing. And the key is to really listen to the answers without judging yourself for them. The answers might actually shock you.
Okay, ask real questions. What?
Second, get quiet. And I mean, really quiet. Our world is just so noisy, constantly bombarding our senses.
Non-stop stimulation.
Totally. To actually hear your own inner voice, your authentic thoughts and feelings, you need to carve out some silence. Try just 5 minutes a day. Seriously, just 5 minutes.
Doing what?
Nothing. Zero stimulation. No phone, no music, no podcast even. Just sit, be still, let your mind do whatever it does.
Sounds weirdly difficult.
It can be at first. Our brains aren't used to it. But neuroscience shows even short bursts of silence can help quiet that mental chatter, that default mode network that's always worrying or rehashing things. It creates space for clarity. Sounds weird maybe, but it works wonders.
5 minutes of quiet. Got it. Third thing.
Third, reflect but without judgment. This is crucial. You need to process what comes up during the quiet times or from the answers to those questions.
What does that look like?
It can take different forms. Journaling is a classic one, just writing down whatever thoughts or feelings arise, uncensored, let it flow.
Okay.
Or talking to someone who truly listens, not someone who jumps in with advice or talks over you, but someone who creates a safe space for you to explore your own thoughts. Could be a friend, a therapist, a coach.
Someone who helps you hear yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or even just going for long walks alone, letting your mind wander without a specific goal. Just observe where it goes.
And what happens when you do these things? Ask questions, get quiet, reflect.
You start seeing patterns. Slowly, maybe, but surely. Patterns in your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions, what you long for.
Oh, the pattern.
And those patterns, that's you. That's your MI, your inner landscape becoming clearer. That's the map unfolding.
Okay, so you start understanding yourself better. What changes then? How does that actually impact your life?
Oh, it changes everything. Genuinely. When you know yourself deeply, your whole way of operating in the world shifts. For instance, you stop chasing external validation so much because your sense of worth starts coming from inside. You own it. It's not dependent on likes or promotions or what other people think.
That sounds freeing.
It is. And you stop wasting time on things that aren't aligned with who you really are because your path, your authentic path becomes clearer. You know what's right for you.
More focus, less distraction on the wrong things.
Exactly. And maybe one of the biggest things, your relationships get stronger, deeper, more meaningful.
How does knowing yourself help with relationships?
Because real empathy, truly understanding and connecting with another person, it starts with understanding yourself first. When you understand your own struggles, your own joys, your own triggers, you're much better equipped to understand and connect with someone else's.
Makes sense. Empathy starts at home, so to speak.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then something else happens, almost like a natural consequence.
What's that?
You start attracting other people who are also doing this work, people who are also committed to their own MI. It's like you become a magnet for authentic connection.
So you find your tribe, in a way.
You find your tribe, and when these self-aware people connect, that's when the OI, our intelligence, really ignites. That shared wisdom, that synergy we talked about, that's the real revolution, I think. Not just individual change, but collective evolution.
Wow. Okay. So tying this all together,
Yeah.
What's the big takeaway? The ultimate secret, maybe.
All right, here's the provocative thought, the kicker we want to leave you with. If humanity wants to really thrive long-term, AI isn't our biggest existential challenge.
It's not. What is then?
The lack of inner intelligence is, the lack of MI and OI.
So you're saying we're not going to destroy ourselves because the robots get too smart.
That's a risk, maybe, but I think the more profound risk, the more immediate one, is that we destroy ourselves or at least fail to reach our potential because we stay too dumb about ourselves.
Too disconnected from our own inner wisdom.
Exactly. But flip that. Imagine if we actually prioritize this stuff.
What would that look like?
Imagine emotional intelligence, Self-awareness being taught right alongside reading and writing from day one. Imagine schools valuing introspection as much as test scores.
Imagine leaders in politics, in business, wherever, leading not from ego or a need for validation, but from deep self-awareness and a genuine sense of purpose.
Can you picture that world?
Yeah, it feels different. Calmer, maybe, more collaborative.
Right. We wouldn't just survive the future, we'd likely thrive. We could reach a whole new level of civilization. We wouldn't just be a smarter species, technically.
And become a wiser one.
Exactly. Wiser.
It's quite a thought. And it puts the current moment in perspective, doesn't it? We are living through this incredibly intense, exciting time.
Absolutely. We've navigated pandemics, huge economic shifts, global tensions, and now we have this explosion of AI tech moving faster than ever.
It feels like we're standing right at the edge of something new.
We are, and within all this change, all this external acceleration, there's this huge opportunity.
An opportunity to.
To consciously choose to rediscover what it actually means to be human, to reconnect with our own intelligence, that deep inner stuff.
And then from that place, link arms.
Yes. Link arms and build a future that's not just powered by machines, however amazing they are, but powered by meaning, by purpose, by a genuine understanding of ourselves and each other.
Powered by MI and OI.
That's the vision.
And it all starts where?
It all starts with one fundamental step. For you, for me, for everyone listening.
Know yourself.